Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We are taking a look again at Flash against the player on the ID Deer. Again, not 100% sure if this is the actual Deer. I'm kind of assuming it is. And we saw this matchup play out, and it's on Pantheon once again, but we saw this play out in the previous video released on this channel, where it was cross-spawn, a Nexus first, and Deer ended up taking Flash down with just a very fast carrier build. And honestly, I thought for a moment as Flash was moving out, I'm like, yeah, maybe Snow and Light are wrong. Maybe this is something that's playable, and Flash scouted it quickly, and he got all the upgrades, and this is going to work out for him. Nope. So I'm kind of hoping we have something similar, but obviously this is much closer spawns. A few days ago, we did have these exact spawns on this exact map, and Sky expanded to 3 o'clock, which was really weird because it was like towards Flash, and that just feels like not a good situation. So hopefully we don't see something like that again. Now these two games, he played against Deer previously on this map. These were right in a row, so everything is fresh in both of their minds, and you see it's not going to be a Nexus first. We have the Gateway coming up. Flash's placement tells us that he's going to go for a factory expansion. And yeah, that's like Flash, I think, giving a nod to the Nexus first, saying, I don't want to play against that, right? Flash has been on record saying the only reason you would factory expand is to stop Nexus first. Because it's like the Marine Vulture SCV attack, right? That particular attack can bust Nexus first. But like this is like lower economy against everything else. Now, the thing is, I don't actually completely agree with Flash's assessment on that, because factory expansions give you other pressuring capabilities. When you look at Flash's style, that statement makes perfect sense, because his actual style is that of an optimizer, okay? So we throw around these terms. It's like, is he micro-based? Is he aggressive? Is he a macro player? Is he a micro player? Is he an optimizer, right? So, like, for instance, just let me kind of give you guys an example of what I'm talking about here, right? Sharp is aggressive. Light is a macro player. Royal is an optimizer. Okay, now here's the thing. Flash is better at everything than everyone, basically. Okay? Like, he's just he's 10s or 11s in every single category. So you can put it like that, but like if you look at what he actually goes towards, like most of his builds are optimizer type builds where he's cutting small corners and trying to get advantages all over the place to try to hit like really strong timing pushes. And it makes sense. I think in theory, with perfect play, optimizers should be the strongest, and sometimes you see that. Like obviously Flash is the strongest ever, and that's kind of the style that he ascribes to. We've seen Royal win in ASL but also fall short many times, as his optimizing style is a little bit fragile. Like you really have to be on top of things to make the optimizing work. But yeah, so anyways, that statement about the gasless expansion, like he likes to optimize. Like look at this all the time. One Marine, his SCV's down there. He sacks the SCV. The Dragoon's chasing it. One Marine bunker. He's skipped 2 Marines. Bam. The thing is, if they're sending the goons, even if you make 3 Marines, you still have to make the bunker. There you go, right? And here he is going to make a 2nd Marine. He saw that range was being made. So if they're going range, you actually do want to have extra Marines, because otherwise when the tank comes out to push things back, they can actually just run up and ignore the damage. Okay, so generally, if you don't see range, you can kind of get away with the 1 Marine. But here he's added another, and if there's a lot of pressure, a lot of goons rallying up, then he might add more Marines at that point. And in fact, he is making another one. This might mean that he wants to push out. Yeah, you see tank and mines. Generally, that'll be a push out, and you do want 3 to 4 Marines with that. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm jumping a little bit too far ahead there. Now, 2 gates are up right now from Deer, and that is a 2 gate before the Robo. So 2 gate before the Robo, this is actually something I've talked about, where if you're playing against 2 factory, this might be a better build. You're playing a little bit more blind, as your observers are going to be later, but you get enough units out with this that you don't ever really have to worry about a build like this, right? This is 2 factory into engineering bay. And look at this. He's actually got a really nice spread of Dragoons. All the entrances towards him are covered, right? Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. So he's covered all of them with Dragoons. So he knows that within this quadrant, there are no spider mines. There's no surprises in here. So he can move all his units as he wants. And this is especially important because he is going late observer and staying more heavily on Dragoons. So if a push comes, he knows exactly how far he can walk out without hitting any mines. Okay? Very important things. The placement of those Dragoons pairs perfectly with the 2-gate. And I think a lot of Protoss players, because they're used to going Robo into the 2nd gate, will stand back behind the pylon wall. So when they try the 2-gate, they stand behind the pylon wall and then start moving out. But then they're scared because there could be mines anywhere. Whereas he paired the Dragoons in perfect locations with the 2-gate into the Robo, which allows him to move more forward with his units to have more room to micro against possible incoming pushes. Okay, enough ranting about that. But like I think that this is an important aspect because people, when people get frustrated with some of these pushes, it's like, okay, you have to really deep dive on what's happening here and how to play these different styles. Now, 3 vultures with speed going to try to run in. There's so many Dragoons, though. Look at this. Really well controlled. And a couple probes go down, and that's okay. And the thing is with Flash, you're okay with that. You've seen the Dragoon count. You've got a couple probes. He also saw no secondary gas. That's kind of important. Also, we have a sick mine layout. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful mine layout. He's got his missile turrets in position. I'm getting some chills, and I'm sorry. I know. It's Flash has eggs and bacon for breakfast. I get chills. But, like, I'm watching this game right now, and I remember someone during some early GSL casts, they actually linked me to what this is called. There's actually, there's a name for getting chills watching people do basic things very, very well. Because what I'm watching is really basic stuff on both sides that's done perfectly. It's done perfectly. Like, both of these players are playing amazingly. And the thing is, games, we love to see really crazy things happen. Oh my God, it's like a fire bat drop, or, he went Wraiths, he went Bio against Protoss, he went Wraiths against Zerg. Like, this stuff's crazy. Wow, it's so fun. But most of StarCraft is played and won with more basic maneuvers. And when you see 2 players with absolute mastery of these basics, like, we are just watching a beautiful game here. This is exactly what I want to see. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. Now, look at this. Very late Academy coming up. I just want to add that in, right? This is a little optimization he's done where he's like, I have enough information. I don't need the Academy quickly. Oftentimes, Academy comes up right after Army. Here, he's doing it after 6 factories. So we're definitely seeing a timing push here from Flash, as he has really been liking against Protoss. Now, the thing is, it hasn't always been working against Protoss. And I would say that this is the best map in the map pool currently for a big macro game for Terran against Protoss. Obviously, there's a lot of bases, so Protoss can take a lot of bases. Things could get out of hand, but I just wanted to point that out. Now, here is the Citadel, the most important building, and legs instantly. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. Little chills right there. I feel like I must be annoying to you guys, where I really watch for this is when the legs start. The legs need to start the millisecond that finishes. Okay, it's just like the add-on finishes, you start mines. You know why? Because it might save your life. So Flash right now moving out. Don't forget, he's got mines here and here. So he knows how far he can go without microing, without even looking at his army. He can get up to here 100%. From here, he'll be a little bit more careful. He's going to remove some of the mines here. Very smart in case a shuttle comes up. Look at this. Deer moving up. He's going to remove some of these mines. These are going to give him some more options onto how to engage. Now, Flash coming down. This is part of the reason I think that this is a very good map for Terran. Look at how small this choke is. Now, the Zealots do not have legs yet. Flash got up to the natural before sieging. This is a very tough position for our Protoss player. Now, he's going to kill off those Zealots. He pulls back. He needs to pull back. Okay, that was actually an excellent pullback, too. He does lose a couple goons to that fast siege, but an excellent, excellent pullback. Now, hopefully, only Zealots are being made. Okay, he is making 1 or 2 Dragoons there, but mostly Zealots. Oh, no. This is a bit of a problem. He's using a few extra Zealots there, and he really needs these to break through. Really, really quick push there from Flash. Those 2 mines making all the difference in the world. This is one of those crazy things that you look at and you're like, how different would this game have been if Deer had simply cleared the mines here? How different would that have been? Because right now, what I'm watching is Flash absolutely mangle this expansion. And this is not the type of position you generally come back from. Deer has to smash this and save his Nexus. And I don't think that's going to occur. I don't think that's going to occur. Yeah, it's not going to occur. This game's going to end. So Flash gets up before legs. These pre-leg timing pushes that specifically Flash has been working on. You can see it done expertly here. And that... I am completely, if I'm being completely honest, like, that is the only mistake I really saw from Deer this game. I think that Deer put out a very, very good, very smart game. And yeah, GG, we're gonna take a look at that. Okay, let's take a look at this push. Okay? So we were talking about a lot of the basics, the fundamentals, and these mines are part of that. And you do need to clear these, right? He has this observer going up. Let's take a look. This observer sits. He clears the mines over here. Okay, he's getting ready for a 4th base. But let's take a look at his vision, right? We got this whole dark area. Thing is, for Flash, this area is not dark, right? Let's take a look. For Flash, look what Flash can see. He even has a Vulture up here making sure he has good vision, right? The army isn't going to be over here. It wouldn't even make sense because the push path is here. So you got to be kind of cognizant of this push path because this push path is really strong for timing pushes, right? And this is the one big mistake that we saw. So look, here he comes. The observer sees it coming, but look at his position. 4 goons here preventing harassment. Goons over here clearing for the 4th Nexus that he wants to take right now. And he didn't have anything to slow. So the fact that Flash was able to get up here, a lot of the games that we've been casting lately of Flash specifically, he's trying to hit before you have Zealot legs. Because that is how you hold pushes. And look at how far he gets up. Look at how far he gets up. Look at where these goons are. I didn't mind him clearing those mines, but the amount of time to get back around here. And the thing is, the surface area is non-existent. This is tiny. This is why I think that this is a good map for Terran. How do you do that? It's like Citadel, but more. Like more compact in these paths. And from here, it's like, okay, well, he got up that far before legs. We actually needed to see Deer up here. I didn't necessarily sit and look at this. I think the buildings are actually coming too, but they're slow because he moves so quickly. But he needed to be up here because he needed to slow him from getting to this position so he would have Zealot legs. And if he slows him, because look, Zealot legs, look how far along this is. Okay? It's halfway. So the Zealot leg upgrade, how long is it? Is it 50 seconds? If he can stall for 25 seconds, that's literally like forcing 1.5 sieges about, right? So if he had cleared the mines here and here earlier, even with just a handful of goons, right? And then brought his army up, and just forced a siege like here, and then maybe backed up a little bit, maybe forced 2 tanks to siege while the rest come forward here and then run away. He probably has Zealot legs, and that extra 25 seconds is an entire another round of Zealots. So instead of fighting with 8 slow Zealots here, right? He's going to fight with, well, hopefully 16 fast Zealots. How different are those two numbers? Night and day, win and loss. That's how different. Wow. This was an excellent game of fundamentals. An excellent game. I hope that you guys enjoyed and it wasn't too much. too much explanation of these things. But this is what I live for right here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.